Hello and welcome to our story summary. Today, we re-diving into one of the most brilliant novels of the 20th century. Virginia Woolf's Mrs Dalloway. This isn't just a story. It's an immersive journey into the minds of its characters, all set over the course of a single, unforgettable day. It all begins on a bright June morning in 1923. In a London still healing from the scars of World War I, the city is buzzing with life, the sounds of cars, the ringing of bells, the rhythm of countless footsteps. Among the crowd is Clarissa Dalloway, an elegant upper-class woman in her early 50s. She's on her way to buy flowers for a grand party she's hosting that evening. Virginia Woolf opens with a line that has become iconic. Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself. This simple act is our gateway into Clarissa's inner world, a flowing river of memories, emotions, and profound questions about life, time, and the choices we make. As Clarissa walks through the familiar streets of Westminster, her mind drifts back to her youth at Burton, her family's country estate. The memories are vivid and warm. Long summer days, easy laughter, and two people who left an indelible mark on her heart's Elysiaton, and Peter Walsh. Sally was her wild, free-spirited best friend, and Clarissa remembers a powerful, almost romantic connection with Heracles they shared that felt like a secret promise. Then there was Peter, the passionate, intelligent, and often difficult young man who was desperately in love with her. He proposed, offering a life of adventure and intense emotion, but she turned him down. Instead, she chose the stable, kind, and respectable Richard Dalloway. He offered security and a place in society, not the chaotic thrill Peter promised. Now, decades later, as the great clock Big Ben chimes the hours, Clarissa finds herself questioning that decision. She reflects on aging, the quiet loneliness that can exist even in a marriage, and the relentless passage of time. Her walk to the flower shop becomes a meditation on the life she has lived and the life she might have had. She feels both a deep appreciation for the present moment and a quiet melancholy for the past that she can never reclaim. But Clarissa's mind isn't the only one we inhabit. Woolf's narrative genius is how she seamlessly shifts from one person's consciousness to another. While Clarissa is enjoying the morning air, we meet Septimus Warren Smith, a young war veteran, sitting on a park bench with his Italian wife. Rezia Septimus was once an idealistic poet, but the horrors of the war, especially the death of his friend Evans, have shattered his mind. He suffers from what we now call shell shock, or PTSD, tormented by terrifying hallucinations and overwhelming despair. He sees the world around him as cruel and meaningless, and feels utterly alone. Rezia, his loving wife, tries desperately to reach him, to pull him back from the edge, but he is lost in his own private hell. The contrast between Clarissa's comfortable, orderly world and Septimus's chaotic, tormented one forms the emotional core of the novel. They are like two sides of the same city, one basking in the sunlight of high society, the other trapped in the shadows of trauma. Though they never meet, their stories are deeply intertwined, as both characters, in their own unique ways, grapple with finding meaning in a world still reeling from unimaginable loss. Later that morning, Clarissa's past walks right through her front door. Peter Walsh, the very man she rejected all those years ago, pays her an unexpected visit. He has just returned from India, older but still restless, and his love for her still flickers beneath the surface. Their reunion is electric, with unspoken emotions. They make polite conversation, but their minds are racing, remembering their shared history, the intense closeness, the arguments, the painful goodbye. Peter is still critical of her life, calling her the perfect hostess, a label that both admires and dismisses her. Clarissa, in turn, feels the old pull of what could have been a life of passion and risk. The tension is broken when Clarissa's 17-year-old daughter, Elizabeth, enters the room. She represents the future, a new generation moving forward, while her mother and Peter are caught in the web of the past. After Peter leaves, he walks through London in a daze, his thoughts swirling with love, regret, and a profound sense of loneliness. The bustling city streets seem to mirror his own inner turmoil. So much life, so many stories, all happening at once. As the day progresses, Woolf offers us glimpses into the minds of other Londoners. We meet the imposing Lady Bruton, who hosts politicians for lunch, and the pompous Hugh Whitbread, a perfect example of the establishment Clarissa navigates. We also spend time with Richard Dalloway, Clarissa's husband. After his lunch, he spontaneously buys a large bouquet of red and white roses for his wife. He walks home, rehearsing the words he longs to say, "I love you." But when he sees Clarissa, the words remain unspoken. Their marriage is one of quiet companionship and mutual respect, but it lacks the passionate fire that both Clarissa and Peter once knew. Clarissa senses his affection, but also the invisible wall between them. It's in these quiet moments that she confronts the reality of her life. She is respected, she is a hostess, but true, soul-bearing love has always remained just out of reach. Meanwhile, Septimus's mental state deteriorates. His doctors, the condescending Dr. Holmes and the celebrated Sir William Bradshaw, are symbols of a society that fails to understand trauma. They dismiss his profound suffering as a simple lack of proportion, a failure of nerve. Their prescribed cure is to send him to a sanatorium, to isolate him from his wife and the world. For Septimus, this feels like a death sentence, a final stripping away of his humanity. Feeling utterly trapped, with the doctors at his door, he makes a tragic choice. He throws himself from a window to his death below. For him, it's not an act of surrender, but one of defiance, a final, desperate assertion of his freedom from a world that tried to crush his soul. As night falls, Clarissa's party begins. Her house is filled with light, music, and the chatter of London's elite. Politicians, aristocrats, writers, and old friends mingle. Clarissa moves through the rooms, the perfect hostess, ensuring everyone is happy. Yet, she feels a strange sense of emptiness, an unreality to the scene. She questions the meaning of these social rituals, this performance of happiness. Then, Sir William Bradshaw and his wife arrive late. They casually mention the reason for their tardiness. One of Bradshaw's patients, a young man, had committed suicide. Clarissa, overhearing this, is profoundly shaken. She has never met Septimus, but the news of his death pierces through the party's cheerful She retreats to a small, quiet room, away from her guests. There, she thinks about this unknown young man. She imagines his suffering, his final, desperate act. She doesn't see it as a failure, but as an attempt to preserve something precious. She understands his death as a form of communication, a powerful message against the oppressive forces that tried to control him. In his tragic act, she finds a strange and startling connection. She realizes that while she chose to compromise and live within society's rules, he chose to defy them completely. His death forces her to confront her own fear of mortality and to truly appreciate the gift of life. Clarissa returns to the party, her perspective forever changed. She feels her own heart beating, the simple, powerful pulse of life. She understands that living fully, embracing each moment, is its own kind of triumph. The beauty of life, she realizes, lies not in its permanence, but in its fleeting, precious moments, in the connections we forge, however brief. Across the room, Peter Walsh sees her. He is struck by her sudden radiance, her serene presence. The novel ends on this quiet, powerful image. Mrs. Dalloway unfolds in just one day, but it contains a lifetime of love, loss, memory, and regret. Virginia Woolf's masterpiece is a profound reminder that beneath the surface of our daily lives, every one of us carries a universe of untold stories. As the chimes of Big Ben mark the passing hours, Clarissa Dalloway stands as a testament to the quiet courage of simply being alive. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through Mrs. Dalloway. If you enjoyed this summary, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world's greatest literature. We'll see you next time.